From 1921 until the mid-1960s, the East African Currency Board issued banknotes that circulated in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and even Zanzibar and British Somaliland. These notes replaced the Indian rupee and showcased the transition of power through three iconic monarchs. King George V, the post-war pioneer. The banknotes featuring King George V are among the most wanted by collectors due to their age and classic design. They were printed in London by Thomas de la Rue using high-quality security printing. During the reign of King George V, some of these notes were printed in high denominations like 10,000 shillings. This was an absolute fortune at the time, mostly used for interbank transfers rather than buying groceries. King George VI, like the wartime transition. Although King George VI took the throne in 1936, his portrait first appeared on these notes in 1938. His banknotes reflect a period of intense growth and the challenges of World War II. Because of the scarcity of metal during the war, the board had to rely more heavily on low-denomination paper notes. The copper and nickel needed for coins were being diverted to the war effort, making these paper notes a vital part of daily life. Queen Elizabeth II, the 1953 series. When Queen Elizabeth II first appeared on the banknotes in 1953, the design did not change much. The board kept the same layout used for the kings before, and only swapped the portrait for the young queen. The portrait was based on a photograph by Dorothy Wilding, where the queen is wearing the diamond diadem crown. 1958, the new design. In 1958, everything changed. The board launched a completely redesigned series that was much more modern and vibrant. This is the version most collectors love. The layout was cleaned up and the colors became far more vivid. This series is famous for the inclusion of local African flora and fauna, which showed a shift towards celebrating the East African landscape. These notes bridged the gap into independence, remaining legal tender for several years after the colonies became free nations. Historical note. Today, a high-denomination King George V East African note can fetch thousands at auction, turning what was once a simple means of trade into a valuable piece of history. Please subscribe if you love learning about rare currency hidden meanings and untold stories found on banknotes from around the globe.